every time we define our audience, we always use the word Bharat. What is really gaming in this country? Is it really gambling? In gaming, you have an interactive entertainment as a category, which basically is getting people together, which is building on real-time technology, which is about large-scale computing, and these are some really difficult tech problems which are getting solved in the country versus, of course, gambling. And that brings me to most important question: getting more clarity and differentiation between what is gambling and what are the games which are built on entertainment, social interactions, and maybe a way that it can be clearly differentiated so that this industry can actually benefit from that clarity. There are also certain amount of responsibility that is onto the producers or the companies which are pushing out this content. And with the use of technology, there's a lot that you can do to ensure that while there's use of this content, there's no abuse of the content, right? Which basically mean that you can protect children, you can make it in a meaningful manner, you can have self-restraints, and there can be a lot of responsibility which can be passed over to the content creators to ensure that issues such as a spectrum of addiction, etc., can be taken care of. Coming to the second part on regulations, I think it's very critical. India is 1.3 billion population, is right now the biggest global market for absolutely any consumer tech product, including interactive entertainment, gaming, animation, and technologies which can be near real-time technologies, large computing technologies. We at Windsor, for example, have built a product which is very similar to the AWS, or rather at par with AWS gaming server. We call it the real-time game engine, and we have actually even filed for patent for that technology. And you have around 50 plus international game developers who are currently using that as a tech stack and building their games and content on that. I do feel that, our last decade was definitely about India providing, specialized skill, knowledge, and service industry became one of the largest backbone of what we exported as a country. However, we are looking at a non-traditional, way of exporting, and this non-traditional export would definitely have a large spectrum of what you today see as animation, real-time game technology, gaming content, and large computing services which can be exported into international countries. Today, India has 700 million smartphone users, which basically mean that anything that we are building in this country has to be able to sustain at that scale. And when you have built a technology or a product, a consumer tech product that can actually deliver at such high concurrency, taking care of latency, taking care of the economical devices which are largely used in this country, we have pretty much built something that can be a top class product that can be used as a baseline technology to build further on by absolutely any country. So we feel that that's the next big line of export that we are glaring at, and that will bring massive value, employment.
Is this something would you like the regulators to look at?
Currently, the regulators are looking to move that 18% to 28%. And we do feel that many small companies which are right now innovating, and the beautiful technologies which are built in this country, massively great content built out of this country, may just not sustain that and would rather die very early. And that will then immediately circle back into the need of importing that service, because we never got the right talent, time, resource, and specifically capital to sustain the building process. If we get government support in sustaining businesses at 18% for the gaming sector, that could be needle moving, not just for today but for the future in the decade to come, because we can build a sector that India would have seen in the coming years that can export great technology and products out of India.